everyone, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Elizabeth. It's Around the World Week here at BGCTV, and today we'll be exploring Asia.
We've started off our morning here in Shanghai, China, where we've caught a beautiful sunrise. Can't wait to see what else Asia has to offer.
Me too. Kelly, did you know there are actually 48 countries in Asia?
Wow, I had no idea. I know the big ones, of course, China, India, Indonesia, Japan. I didn't know there were so many more, though.
Yeah. We definitely won't be able to visit them all today, but we'll try our best.
Awesome. Well, we need to head off to our first destination, so while we hop on a bus, let's head over to Kaylee to hear about some of the special traditions in Asia. Take it away, Kaylee.
Hey guys, I'm back with some super cool traditions from Asia. Each October 31st, people across China celebrate Halloween, or Tang Chai, by offering food and water to the dead. They also light lanterns with the belief that they will help to guide the deceased loved ones as they make their visit to the land of the living on Halloween night. That is one of the main Halloween traditions, but the most unique ones are for Christmas. Korea has its own version of Santa Claus, Santa Abohi, or Grandfather Santa. Looks similar to our Santa, but he wears a traditional Korean hat, and his statues have often portrayed him in a green suit instead of a red one. In South India, the tradition of Christmas trees is still alive, but instead of pine trees, mango trees are used instead. Chinese New Year is on February 12th, so it is later than our New Year. Many traditions come with the New Year. Cleaning the house is a long-observed Chinese New Year tradition. The ground, the walls, and every corner of the house needs to be cleaned. As the festival approaches, family reunion becomes the major concern of every Chinese New Year. No matter how far apart the family members, they will all get back home for the biggest annual gathering. Well, guys, that is all I have. Thank you for tuning in for today's traditions in Asia. It was so awesome. Don't forget to comment below and tell us your favorite traditions. Let's head back to Kelly and Elizabeth to talk about some cool landmarks.
Thanks, Kaylee. We're here at the Taj Mahal in India. It is so beautiful.
I know, I love it. It's made of white marble, and it was built by one of the emperors here for his wife. People mostly know the Taj Mahal for the big white dome at the front, but there are actually a lot of different structures put together.
That's so cool. We've actually been to a ton of different landmarks in Asia today. Should we show them the places we visited, Kelly?
Let's do it. The first one we went to was the city of Petra in Jordan. It's not a normal city. It was carved right into some cliffs thousands of years ago.
I think my favorite part of that one was riding a camel in to go see it.
That was definitely cool.
Our next stop was the country of Israel to see the Dome of the Rock. This is a Muslim shrine, and it had some really beautiful architecture and designs on the outside.
Speaking of cool designs, the next place we went was Kuwait to see the Kuwait Towers. There are 3 towers that stand together, and they were built just about 45 years ago. We didn't have a chance to do it, but you can actually go inside one of the spheres to see some awesome views of the city.
We'll have to go back and check that out next time we're here in Asia.
Good idea.
After visiting the towers, we thought we'd check out something even taller, the Burj Khalifa building in the United Arab Emirates. This building is actually the tallest building in the entire world, and it has the world's highest observation deck. Kelly wouldn't let us go up to the top of the observation deck, though, since she's afraid of heights.
Yeah, you got that right.
I bet we missed out on some pretty awesome views, though.
Sorry, dude. No way. Let's talk about our last stop before we came here. You guys have probably heard of this one, the Great Wall of China. The wall was built thousands of years ago, and they say it took almost 20 years to build the whole thing. It's over 13,000 miles long. I told Elizabeth we should walk down the whole thing, but she said we didn't have time.
Kelly, it would take us over a year to walk that whole thing. We have to be on a new continent tomorrow.
I don't know, I'm pretty fast.
Okay, I think we need to do some quick math with Kelly, so let's take a quick break and then head over to Joe to talk about another cool place in Asia.
The Great Wall of China is such an amazing sight to see, and it's even beautiful to walk on, but it's impossible to walk the whole entire thing in one day. It's 13,000 miles long, which is longer than the width of America. And well, you don't have to worry about that. My zip line will take you the whole wall in one day. There are 2 different zip lines, the all day and the quick line. The all day takes 24 hours, no stops. It goes about 541 miles per hour and has amazing scenic views. The quick line is insanely fast and only takes about half the time that the all day takes. This 12-hour zip line goes 1,083 miles per hour and is quite popular. It's also quite fast. If you're ever in China, come to the Great Wall, and you can book an appointment with me at greatwallzipline.com.
Have you ever wanted to go and explore the ruins that were left behind by the people of old? Well, now's your chance by going to the Ayutthaya Kingdom, which is part of Thailand. Ayutthaya used to be the capital of a place, Pranakha Si Ayutthaya, which is a lot to say. It also existed back in 1350 and lasted for about 450 years. That's a long time. Almost as old as me. Ayutthaya lasted for so long because it was very good at being a stop for boats and being able to trade with other places through these boats. They actually traded with King Louis XIV of France. You may think that the whole city was built after 1350, but there are some structures that were made before then. So how did the city fall to ruins? Well, over years of no maintenance, the city started to fall apart. But there was also a giant fire that broke out after their second defeat. So, what makes these ruins so special? Well, the first thing is that the entire place is surrounded by rivers. Not only that, there are a lot of ruins that are still in pretty good shape, like the Royal Chapel. This is north of the city. The chapel was once the foundation for throne halls. Ruins aren't the only things in Ayutthaya. There are working temples like the Wat Yai Chai Man Ko. This is a towering temple with golden statues and Buddhas in orange robes. Inside this temple are more monks and golden statues that are made out of gold. Yes, real gold. The last thing that is the giant rock sculpture of a Buddha head. This sculpture is called the Mahaitat, and it rests in a living tree. This head was once in a temple that burned down. This head was the only thing that survived, and a tree started to grow around it. That's all the time I have left to explore these ruins. Maybe you all can come here at one point. But for now, I'll leave you guys with Elizabeth and Kelly talking about food from Asia.
Welcome back, kiddos. We are standing here in a restaurant in Japan.
We're back to talk about all the yummy food that is found all over Asia. Although there are tons of similar foods found throughout the continent, there are also very different foods.
One of the biggest foods that Southeast Asian countries have in common is their love of rice. They serve it with almost every meal.
Wow, that is so neat. I heard they even eat it for breakfast sometimes. That is literally the coolest thing. I should move there so I can eat rice all the time.
I like your thinking. I want to talk about a really interesting dish found in Malaysia called nasi lemak, which literally means rice and fat. The fat refers to the creaminess of the coconut milk. This dish consists of coconut milk, rice, cucumber, anchovy, roasted ground nuts, and hard-boiled eggs. Super interesting mix of flavors.
I'll say. Next is the candied haw. This is a popular fruity snack found in China. It is made from Chinese hawthorn fruits being coated in sugar syrup and put on a stick. Kinda like a candied apple.
That sounds yummy. I'd for sure try that one. Another popular dish is kimchi. It started in Korea, but became one of the favorite dishes of Asian countries. It's made from salted and pickled vegetables. They usually use cabbage and radishes with lots of seasoning.
Wow, sounds interesting, but I'm sure it's good. Okay, this last one I know you've all heard of. Sushi.
Ooh, I love sushi. I want to talk about this one. Sushi comes from Japan, but it's super popular all around the world. It's made with rice, seafood, vegetables, and tropical fruits, and it's all rolled up in what's called a sushi roll.
Man, am I hungry after all this.
Let's take a quick break and go get a snack. This has me hungry too.
Maybe we should go try some authentic sushi while here in Japan.
Good idea. Kaylee, take it away with the wellness tip.
Hey guys, today I want to talk to you guys about asking for help. You may not like to ask for help, or you might be too embarrassed, but it is so much better to ask for it than to do it on your own. Knowing that you are in need of help may be hard to identify or admit, and it may be a little uncomfortable. But it takes courage to ask, and I know each and every one of you have courage. Don't care what other people think if you ask for help, because everyone needs some every once in a while. Asking for help is a strength, not a weakness. Let's say one day you can't do a math problem because you don't understand it. You could ask someone for help to understand it better, or you could continue to try to do it when you don't fully know how. I would way rather ask for help and do something right, rather than not ask and do it wrong. You can ask any trusted adult for help at any time. For example, teachers, counselors, family members, or any other trusted adult. They will all help you understand something better if you just ask. I know I'd help if you asked me. Avoid viewing help seeking as a sign of failure. Instead, try viewing it as a normal part of life and as an important life skill. Because it's okay to make mistakes, just like I have told you before. You will learn better if you ask for help and learn from your mistakes. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see where we're headed tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to smile. Bye.
Official documents? Legally binding? Those words are too serious. Why does traveling have to be such a serious thing? It's a good thing I made wacky passports. Wacky passports are your average passport, but with a twist. They have a hilarious picture. For example, this is my own passport. So funny, isn't it? They're great. And it's even more funny when you see the looks on the TSA agent's face right before you give them your real passport. These passports are a great joke. Be sure to order yours today at wackypassports.com. I'll see you in the air.
Have you ever wanted to see water change color? Or what a red or a blue lake would look like? Well, at Mount Kilimutu, you can see the lakes there change colors and see a bunch of colors. Mount Kilimutu is actually a volcano on a central Florence island in Indonesia. So, what colors are these lakes? Well, there are actually 3 lakes on this mountain, and they all stand for something different. The first lake is Tu'umupu, which is a lake of old people, and this lake is usually blue. Lake Tu'unu'u Murray is a lake of young men and maidens, and it's green. Tu'uatpolo, or the bewitched and enchanted lake, and this one is usually red. These aren't the only colors the lakes can be though. Sometimes they can be white, black, or turquoise. How can the water change colors, you may be asking? Well, people don't actually know exactly how it happens. Some think that the minerals in the rocks that are in the lake mix with the gases from the volcano, and they make the colors, but there is no way to make sure that it's true. The best time to visit these lakes are in August or July, which is the dry season for Indonesia. And to get the best view, you need to wake up as early as 3:30 to catch the sunrise. That's all I have to say about this lake. I'm thinking about taking a quick dive to see how the lake feels. So for now, I'll leave you with Elizabeth and Kelly to talk about life in Asia.
Thanks, Joe. As you can see, we're back at the Great Wall of China. Kelly is still insisting she can walk it, so I think I'm just going to leave her here for the night and see how far she gets before we have to get on the plane again.
Before we wrap up the show and I start my walk, let's share a few more facts about what life is like in Asia.
Good idea, Kelly. I know one thing I want to know is what the weather is like. The cool thing about Asia is that you can find all kinds of climates depending on where you go. If you like a nice tropical climate, you could visit Taiwan, Singapore, or Thailand. If you like it a little chillier, you could go north and check out Siberia or the Himalayan mountains.
Ooh, I think I'd go to the Himalayas so I could see our friend Nettie the Yeti.
Good thinking.
Another thing to know is what languages are spoken here. Gotta be prepared. There are actually about 2,300 languages spoken throughout Asia, but the top 3 are Chinese, Russian, and Indonesian.
You'll also need different money here. Every country seems to use different currency. You'll find everything from Indian rupees to Russian rubles to Japanese yen.
Yeah, we're gonna have quite the collection of different kinds of money when we get back to America. Too bad we won't be able to actually use it in America.
Very true. Well, if any of you ever have the chance to visit Asia, there's so much to see. Big cities, amazing mountains, beautiful buildings, and more.
I know I've definitely enjoyed our time here.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Be sure to check the link outs to do Pound with Becky and leave a comment down below of somewhere you want to visit from today's episode.
We'll see you guys tomorrow as we travel to somewhere new and amazing. Ready to start walking, Kelly?
Yep. Bye.